also, so we got some more time. I got to ask this one more question or two more questions. This is a big word now. If you guys don't know John from the other podcast episodes, I really don't like him. I don't know why he's here. I don't know why he's on anyway, but he should be anyway. Whatever. He wanted me to ask this question, and this is for you, so don't say that I haven't done anything for you. This is it's called transient hypofrontality. And now I know, big word coming from John because his vernacular has to be abstract, whatever. But basically, it's flow state. Honestly, like, I hate to say this, but Dragon Ball Z Ultra Instinct, I feel like there has to be a time, because I know Will's probably felt it in football because, he's a quarterback. It's flow state essentially basically like your body's just moving on its own. Like, you're not thinking at all. Like, you're literally, like, you're conscious, but like your body literally has a mind of its own. It's like, okay, he's gonna throw this leg kick, check, all right, cross. You don't have to think it; it just happens. Does that actually translate in the fight world?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it kind of has to. If you watch, and I mean, this probably is a great and not a great example at the same time. If you ever watch the UFC fights and stuff where dude gets knocked out, and when the ref's standing over him, he's trying to take the ref down because he thinks the fight's still happening. That's essentially what that is. Because there's no conscious part of your brain that's telling you to, that's the ref, I'm still going to try to take him. No, you think you're still in the fight, so your body is now officially taken over, and it's kind of happening. Even in a conscious state, it does tend to happen. But it's all about training, man. It's all about training. Like, if you're not training to do those things, they're not going to happen. That's plain and simple. If I don't train to, I feel a kick into my arm and I come back with a cross, it's not going to happen. And, and even then, on that note, there will be some things that you do train that might not happen. Trying to think of like a good example here. There are things that I've trained that I didn't end up throwing in fights, and things that I didn't train that I did end up throwing in fights. Elbows are typically things that I tend to train a lot.
Yeah, I can tell.
I love elbows. I mean, so you've seen it up close and personal.
We did okay. So like before this, we trained like before this, and that's exactly what we did. We just elbows and like hands and elbows, and that's awesome. But go on.
But yeah, so the last tournament from November that I did, I trained a specific a lead kick to try to offset balance into a spinning back elbow, and sadly, I didn't get my opportunity to throw it in the tournament. Now, I could argue that, well, I didn't have the opportunity, but chances are I probably did, but it just didn't happen. It just didn't take place. Where one of the other things, and I'll, let, he's not here, so he can't physically speak for me here, but 2 nights ago, for one of the beginners classes, Mike was showing a combo that he said I threw. I don't remember throwing this combo. But I do know that in shadow boxing and in training, I throw it a lot. And he said that I actually did throw it in the fight. And it's a rear uppercut to a hook to a cross. And whenever I'm shadow boxing, I tend to throw this moving forward and backwards. And so now at some point in one of the fights, I've yet to actually see it in the video yet, but I'll take his word for it. I threw it. And it was one of those things that just kind of happened.
Just happened.
And it's not something I think about. These are simple combos, 3-hit combos that apparently I just threw. I think the best compliment I've ever had for fighting is how well, my technique is held up even when I'm tired. Which that kind of goes into that as well, because typically when you train without the conscious state, as you get the more tired you get, the more your technique tends to go to shit, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much.
The more you focus on keeping it nice, tight, compact, and everything else, even as you get tired, if you overemphasize almost keeping it proper, the easier it is to keep it proper as you get tired without thinking about it. And so that's kind of where I could take that compliment from, because when these people tell me that, they're like, I could tell you were tired, but your technique was flawless. And I'm like, I don't believe you, but okay.
I have to agree with you, because, there was, Marcus Luttrell was on Rogan the other day, or the other week, actually. It feels like a day. But, the worst thing that the enemy can do is make us tired, because we're going to just resort back to muscle memory.
Exactly.
And I see that a lot. And I see a lot of Thais that they look relaxed. Those are the most dangerous fighters. Like those Thai fighters that look relaxed and they don't seem like all intimidating. No, you see those kicks, son. you better watch out for your ribs.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, those are that compliment I typically get from like the other coaches and whatnot. The one thing that's said to me, it's meant to be taken as a compliment. I take it as a compliment from the non-coaches, whether they be other fighters or just the everyday member that just kind of goes for whatever, or my clients or my friends or whatever's. Dude, are you even tired? Like legit, like Peter Stanonik, good luck to him next weekend. He's fighting for Bellator against Raymond Daniels, the rematch. But after my fight Saturday, he drove out there, all the way out there on Saturday just to cheer us on, and had to come right back. But he was out there and he cornered my Saturday fight, and we got back to the dressing room, and he just looked at me. He's like, "Bro, did you just fight? Are you even tired? Did you do anything? Are you good? Like what?" Mm-hmm. Like I wasn't tired. I didn't look tired apparently. I'll tell you right now, that is definitely not the case. In between rounds, I'm trying to recollect myself, but yeah, that's the compliment I tend to get from those other people, from the not coaches, is how composed I seem to be during my fights. And I'll tell you right now, I'm really not all that composed. Just fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it. Yeah, fake it till you make it, kids.
But no, like, and I feel like that is the flow state. I feel like that's what that is. For me personally, I feel like that's
flow state. That's awesome. So
to be translucent, appearing from one side to the other like Goku. Yeah, I don't know about that, but
no, I don't know if that's even humanly possible. But all right.